Show us. That doesn't really work, does it? Have you tried? Oh, that's good. Oh, fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Better. So much better. What a fantastic, fantastic tune. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Young man, there's no need to feel down. Young man, pick yourself off the ground. I've been Donald Trump. Thank you and good night.
Then what size?
This one's from Jeremy in Wisconsin. And it says, Toffee brand coffee is the best coffee in the world. Thanks for the grift.
Anyway, I'm going to find out who this quartering character is. And when I do, he's going to get a bit of the old ice troll treatment.
Went from loathing Brie Larson to being the unofficial #1 fan site for Brie Larson.
How about a handshake? You're gonna give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm gonna let you keep your hand.
Good day, everybody. Forewarning.
Hi.
I am in a bad mood.
All right, stream's gonna love it. You're gonna get a record of super chats.
I am not in an excellent mood. I am very frustrated.
Can you show us the JD Vance bust? I didn't get to see it.
Oh, you mean this guy?
Yes.
Aw.
That's incredible.
I think like for Halloween, I could just print another one and go like the two-headed.
There you go.
costume thing.
It's the eyeliner on it that really makes it because it stands.
Yes,
stands out. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna reprint it with like some peach, like like hair color and stuff, but
No,
I like the
this.
marble with the eyeliner.
It's
yeah, I
just
think
like
the marble
it's
look.
piercing. Yes, I
Do you
love
think
it.
people will go as JD Vance memes for Halloween this year?
Oh, for sure. I hope so.
There's gotta be
can't
some,
wait
right?
to see that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I really hope that's the case. It would be. I mean, they would probably. I mean, single fellas out there. I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, this is your chance.
I think it's a good
Look
idea,
at all
especially
the
'cause-
ladies.
And if she
Yeah.
laughs at it, like you get a good vibe, If she's offended,
It's a pre-screener. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you find out if she's based or not based on
That's
her
true.
response to your costume, and you already have a natural icebreaker built in. It
That's true.
just doesn't get any better than
Exactly.
that. Yeah, I was dealing with. I had booked my wife to. to go. She was interested in getting a different model of her plane, and you can't just go to a. You can't just go to a.
Ordering.
I know, right? She wants to be able. She wants to be able to do loops and rolls. So
You let her do that? You don't let her go to the mall.
I don't. Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. She's not going to get mugged up there.
As far as we know.
Yeah,
There's no basketball people in the air.
There's not a lot. Surprisingly, the private pilot space is pretty. It's pretty not diverse.
Okay, she had to go look at a new plane.
She was going to, because it's a big deal. Like, so you buy it in a kit, and the kit takes like 2 years to build, which she would have done.
Yeah.
So there's the new lore. So, you make this big financial commitment, and then it takes a long time to get all the parts, and so right now we're not in a financial position to consider that. But if you want to save up, for 3 years from now, you have to like get on a list now.
Right.
So I had a friend of ours, a flight instructor, and so I bought them both plane tickets to go to the factory where you can fly the planes, because that's really the only way you can do it. So I buy Travel Guard, which I always buy, which I will never buy again. Because I'm like, well, she chickens out, or if she gets her lady time, she's not going to want to be traveling, which I understand completely. And
Destrocast.
Yeah, right.
Proof that your wife isn't trans.
Right. Yeah. So it just so happened we've both been fighting off the flu a little bit, and because I take my healthy pills, I feel like I'm winning. But she doesn't take the healthy pills, and now she's losing.
Oh.
But so anyway, I'm like, well, she's supposed to leave on Sunday. I'm like, I'm running out of time to cancel. So I call the hotel. They're great. Call Hertz. They suck ass. They have an $80 cancellation fee, which is garbage. But whatever. I cancel that. The airline just gives me credit back, which I don't really travel that much. So I'm like, well, that's why I bought the Travel Guard. So they're like, oh, well, you have to call Travel Guard. These motherfuckers... It's like, I'm not kidding you, 30 pages of forms you have to fill out. This is for $2,000, by the way. 30 pages of forms to fill out, including I'd have to get a doctor's note and authorize my wife's health records to be shared with some company.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, I'm not doing that. So now you girls are going to have to help me pick somewhere to go. That's about $2,000 round trip. I suppose I could probably use it. Like, I don't think the Pittsburgh meetup's happening, let's be real. But like planning would have had to start happening already. I mean, yeah, planning would have already had to. I mean, it's like 2 weeks from now.
Right.
Like,
I thought it was in November for some reason.
It might be. I mean, I might be wrong on the date, but it's coming up.
No, it's
like maybe 3 weeks. Because the Packers play Cincinnati, and then they play somebody else, and I think they play Pittsburgh.
I think that game is actually on the 18th or the 19th.
Yeah, so 10 days from now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so what's not going to happen. But anyway, I'm like, and people who know are probably like first time. Like if you ever dealt with insurance companies, you're probably like, what are you complaining about? This is how it goes. But I was like, I paid $50 for this like flight insurance, thinking like that would just give me the money back, because you have to trade the money for the flight credit. It's not like I get the flight credit plus the money. So I just gave up. I was like, you win. You got my $50. Congratulations. You're never going to get it again. I'm going to tweet about it. I'm going to talk about it for 20,000 people. Literally never buy the Travel Guard insurance. It's not worth it. Never worth it. You'd be better off just getting your credit back with the airline, and then you go somewhere else, which is what I'm going to do. But anyway, I was dealing up with, some Pajit too on the phone.
Oh, no.
And she's like, oh, Mr. Hambley, all you have to do is give your wife's health insurance and doctor's note to the insurance company. I'm like, a doctor's note? She has the flu. We're American. We don't go to the fucking doctor for the flu. Like, she's just sick. That's what I thought this was for. Oh, Mr. Hambley, I'm so sorry. No, you have to go to the doctor and do this. And I'm like,
wow.
So to get my money back, my wife has to go to the doctor. And then the form that the doctor has to fill out is like 2 fucking pages. I'm like, what doctor's filling that out?
What the heck?
The doctor's not going to fill that out. So anyway, yeah. And then even this like Indian lady is like, well, what is wrong with her? What's her sickness? I'm like, who the fuck are you? I'm like, she's sick.
Yeah. Why
You know,
do you
it was
have to
really
explain-
weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, she would not redeem it. And which is of course her job. Her job is to not redeem. And fortunately,
there's a reason that you have to fill out 17,000 forms at each step of the way.
yeah, I've crumpled them all up in a rage and threw them out, but like it was like almost 20 pages of shit. Fortunately,
Wow.
I found out the company's in Wisconsin, and so I could perhaps well, you have to waive your HIPAA laws. There's a disclosure, somebody said in chat about HIPAA laws. There is a form that you have to waive your HIPAA laws, and then you have to like go through all this, like what can they see, what can't they see? I'm like, dude, she
can
has
see
fucking
nothing.
diarrhea. Okay, is that what
Right.
you wanted to hear? She has diarrhea. Okay, put Bupinda. All right, do you need to see the toilet? Do you need to like what the hell? It's so like it's I don't even. And then like so I'm getting halfway through the forms, and I'm like, they're never going to approve this because I'm not going to give her her medical records. So I'm just
Right.
handing them the reason not to approve it.
Wow.
But anyway, I am going to. I'm thinking about calling my credit card company and disputing the $40 charge just out of spite.
Okay. Okay.
You know, this is
I
not what the
like it.
product you sold to me. You sold to me like, hey, if you have to cancel for any reason, you get your money back. Wrong. You have to get, you have to go to the doctor and get a doctor's note, and then even then it goes up to an adjuster. All right, I got that out. Yeah, I'll send them a picture of. I'll have a diarrhea and I'll send them a picture of it. Like, here you go. Here you go. There's your picture. So
It's just crazy that they'd be like any reason, but also you have to prove it, and also we are probably not going to give it to you anyways.
yeah, I probably should have did research and been like, because once I open the door to medical, like then they're probably like, oh, you have to prove that. I should have probably said like, I don't know, she has to work or something, like,
Right.
or something like that. And then somebody else told me, they're like, well, I had the same thing happen. And they were like, well, you need a note from your employer. And he's like, well, I'm self-employed. And they declined it. They're like, oh, well,
What?
anyone could have made this up. Yeah, because he had to go to work or something. He had
But
to
if
work,
you're
so he couldn't
self-employed, what are you
travel.
supposed to do?
Exactly.
Wow.
All I can do is say, I ate the $50 or whatever it was, $70 for the insurance. Buyer beware. Please,
Wow.
I'm telling you, don't buy it. It's not worth it. Because, by the way, to cancel with United, it was like click, click, and I had the money in my account. Like, it's in my United account, but it was
Right.
like, to get
At
the
least you
cash
can use
back.
it's not total loss. Yeah.
Yeah, I can use it, and I'm sure I'll fly somewhere there next year. It's fine.
Yeah, we're all
But-
gonna plan your trip live. If chat puts a bunch of numbers in the chat, they'll pick where you're going.
Well, if
I'm
I
just
hit
kidding.
like I have a weight loss goal in mind that I'd like
Let's
to hit by February. So like
go.
if I hit there, I had a new low this week. The flu has probably helped that a little bit, but then I also have been doing sober October. By the way, the sober October feedback, I'll say I'm 9 days in. I don't feel any better. But
It's not worth it so far.
It's not worth it so far, but I am sleeping better. I will say
Okay.
that. Like I used to get up like a couple times a night, and now I basically sleep all the way through, which I'm thinking once I come out the other side of this like flu thing that's going on, I'll probably feel better. Like it's just I feel like I'm run down from the flu, and
Like a
I
delayed
started
effect
working
'cause
out.
you're actually
Yeah,
sick.
and I started working out this week, and like so I think I'm run down in general, but I have been sleeping better, and that's after 9 days. So I'm in your Discord. Can you message me? I have to ask you something. You can message me if you're in the Discord. Interesting to know a couple people who did the LLC thing. Yeah, it took me a bit, but helps with anxiety. Yeah, we'll see. I would say my stress is at an all-time high, but it's unrelated. My anxiety's been pretty good. Like I haven't had any
That's good.
of the symptoms of that. So
Okay.
that's what they say will happen. They say it's good for that too, with the, dialing back on drinking. But I'm just hoping it supercharges weight loss. Because man, my
funny that
weeknights are boring as hell now without booze.
Well, you could do puzzles with Mrs. the Quartering. That's what you
I don't
should
do puzzles. No, I'm building an RC car. It's something I'm
Okay.
not good at, but like that's my thing. Like I'm just there, like with a fake cigarette in my mouth, and I'm like just building
There
this
you
thing, like
go.
trying to like work on this fucking car. I'm only on bag 3 of 10, and I've rebuilt it 3 times already, but I'm getting there.
Oh,
But it's like I'm like, is this supposed to help me not want to drink? But I'm just getting more frustrated and I want to drink. So she's like, well, she's like, why don't you just like take a mini vacation like for like 4 days? And I'm like, if I do that, I'll probably drink. Like, so that's what she said. She's like, she feels bad about the trip. And she's like, why don't you just take the credit and fucking just go somewhere? She's probably sick of me. And I was like,
he's like, get out of the house.
Yeah.
I've got things I need to do.
here's a great idea. Yeah, maybe stop hovering around and grumbling under your breath nonstop. But I said, I'll go in February. Like if I get like my weight goal in February, I'll go then. Because then by then I'll be off. Right now I'm too weak to like, if I went on vacation, I would drink every day for sure. Like there's no way. So
if you're gonna like make it through October, are you gonna keep going through November?
I'm gonna try to. Yeah, I'm gonna try to.
all right.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm quitting because I like drinking too much, but like I'm just gonna try to go on a
test
run.
yourself sometimes. Yeah.
It was harder to quit than I care to admit, is what I'll tell people.
Interesting.
It's been hard. It's been harder. And it's only been 9 days. It's been
Well,
harder
9 days
than I
is
care
good,
to admit.
though. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it was a part of my life, not so much. I didn't have any physical withdrawal issues at all,
Right.
but it's just kind of like, oh, it's 7 o'clock at night. I need to blow off some steam. What do I do? You know?
Yeah.
And it's like when I quit smoking, like even now, I haven't smoked in like maybe 10 years. I still crack the window of my car when I get in there. Like
How long did you smoke for?
I started when I was probably 15 and I smoked until, I don't know, somewhere in my mid 30s, probably. Somewhere
so
like
at least a decade. If
I
not
was a
decade and half.
smoker. Yeah, like I was a pack a day. You know, I wasn't like a 2-pack a day guy. But yeah. Wait, go back on Crowder or a Culture War live event. No, vacation. That's work. I said vacation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that they're like, you won't take a vacation, but you'll go somewhere for work.
They're probably not wrong. They're probably not wrong. They're like, yeah, go. Yeah, we know you're not gonna not work. So why don't you go? I could do that, but again, right now I'm too vulnerable. Like I'll definitely drink if I go. Right now I'm in a good. I work out. I Brewer game's on tonight. I'll go to bed after the Brewer game. You know, I'll stay. Right now I like I said, more than I care to. It's been more difficult than I thought it would be. And that's a little concerning, which is why I'm like, maybe I should go longer. Like maybe I should go. But I know after like 2 weeks, it'll be much easier. And it'll, you know, I'm replacing with other stuff like working out or working on this damn model.
I think it's good to test yourself, like whether it's alcohol, cigarettes, or just kind of like anything, right? Like if you are in the habit of consuming something, taking a break from it and making sure you can go without it. I think that's healthy.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Buy Me Nanner says, you see Dave Smith and Fuentes just exposed Israel on the podcast yesterday. Spoiler alert, they're behind everything. Well, I already knew that. I feel like that was a sarcastic super chat, so I read it like one. Doug Gardner says 2K is enough. Yeah, right. 2K is enough for one round trip to Italy. For a bit more, it could be a romantic vacation. It'd be a shame if the girls put this in your wife's head. Hey, no.
I heard Mrs. Gordon does want to go to Europe.
She does want to go to Italy.
That's
Yeah.
where you dropped.
Yeah, rumor has it Jeremy is the guest host of IRL on Friday. Well, it could be. She does want to go to Italy. But to me, that's not a vacation. That's like me going to a more dangerous place than where I live now.
You're there on security duty.
Yeah. I will take her, but it's not like my idea of vacation is there's this like all-inclusive place in Florida where you like it's on the wrong side of the Gulf, so there's like no beaches there. But I stayed there. I had like my own hut on the Gulf, and like the food was all the booze was top shelf, all the food, and like I don't like going anywhere. I just want to sit on the resort, drink, laugh, have fun, get massages. My wife's like, we gotta go. We gotta fucking go. It's the sun's up. It's time to go. It's on vacation. We gotta go. Jeremy, can you get up? We gotta go.
No, this is like a flat. Like people travel differently. Some people cannot
That's
just
true.
be at rest, and some people are like, I'm on vacation. I will not be moving
That's
a muscle.
true.
That's
Yeah.
why I sent her on vacation with her mom. She's like due a vacation. So I bought her and her mom a vacation to the Dominican. I was like, you fucking go. Like you go. And then like when I go, I'll just go by myself and I'm just gonna go back. I know exactly where the place. I'm gonna go back to the same place I was. They had high-speed internet. They had like, it was great.
You have high-speed internet.
I know, but I mean for vacation.
But this is high-speed internet on vacation.
The first day we were there, I was just playing the Harry Potter game on my Steam Deck. And like, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, this is relaxing.
Yeah.
I'm on the beach playing video games. Like this is
amazing.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Time here. Hooray.
Yeah. I'm playing, and then like there's a chick in a grass skirt that was coming by giving me drinks. I'm like, this is the life. What are you talking about? She's like, well, shouldn't we go somewhere? Shouldn't we do something? I'm like, you're a freak. Like
I just like see local sites, like patron small businesses. You're like, no.
I paid for all inclusive for a reason, lady. You just go ahead, go on into town. It's fine. It's Key West. You'll be fine.
That's so funny.
Yeah, we vacationed very different. Like when we were in Hawaii, it was a fucking nightmare for me. It was like it was the worst vacation of my life. She made me climb a volcano, and then she's like, oh, we gotta go to Pearl Harbor. We gotta. I'm like, but I paid all this money for this nice hotel. Like we stayed in a Four Seasons. I'm like, don't you want to just stay here? Yeah. So now if I take her on vacation, I'm staying in a cheap ass hotel because I know I'll never be there.
Yeah, you're hardly there.
So
that's funny.
So anyway, sorry for the. I'm all fired up. You know, this is not drinking Jeremy too. Like I'm all over the place.
Maybe that's why you're even more irritable about this, you know?
It's like actual rage.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I very rarely experience actual anger or rage. I feel annoyance all the time.
There you go, okay.
That's like...
all the time.
Yeah,
constant.
Almost, there's always an undercurrent of annoyance with me, but rage, anger, almost never, just annoyed. Wookie Tank says, go back. Oh, you got that. Go back on Crowder. Ruger says, bought some insurance like that for a Nutcracker Ballet. Same thing with the medical records. I just transferred the tickets to a friend. Huge scam. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that was basically it. I'm like, I just kept them. I'll just keep it. United's great. I'll fly United. Uber Nerd says, you could do the carnivore diet. I've lost 90 pounds in 2 years and I get to eat meat all the time and I'm never hungry. I'm really pumped for your weight loss. That's crazy good. It didn't work for me. I've just been doing intermittent fasting. I'm losing weight steady. I'm losing 1 to 2 pounds a week, pretty much consistently. I lost like 4 since the last time I weighed in, which was like 10 days. I got bored on the meat.
Calories in versus out at the end of the day. It's calories in versus calories out. And so whatever is sustainable for you is what's going to matter. And so for a lot of people, carnivore does work great. And then but not for everybody, because the thing with carnivore too is I do notice that with some people, it can cause some binge eating habits. Either with, okay, I want to have something that's not carnivore as a special treat, and then they binge on that. Or even within the carnivore community, I do notice some carnivore influencers promote binging, and I don't like it. Where they're just like, oh, here's a huge plate of 2 pounds of meat and 12 eggs and chicken wings and this half stick of butter. Yeah. Look how I can eat all this and stay skinny. And what you don't see is that they're doing 48-hour fasts as well. And they're only showing you that. And so what they're doing is a binging fasting cycle. And then people watching are thinking, well, this influencer can stay skinny and eat all this. And then they think that they can eat all that every day. And that is one thing I don't like about what I see in the carnivore community.
Well, a lot of those influencers too, it's their job. So they're in the gym for 4 hours too. Are the people watching that in the gym for 4 hours? Probably not. Somebody says, I haven't been drinking to try to speed up weight loss. That's kind of what I'm doing too. That's really why I'm like, I don't ever want to quit drinking. I love it, but I'm kind of like, I want to lose the weight and I'm eating really clean. So it's like, if I cut the drinking, I'll probably like supercharge my weight loss as opposed to having it take, because I was losing weight while I was drinking too. But I'm like, man, this kind of sucks. Like I want to lose weight faster. So that's kind of why I'm doing it. Packman said, good afternoon, Jeremy, Melanie, Hannah, Claire. With the Packers Steelers game coming up, we need to come up with a friendly wager like the losing team has to wear the winning team's gear. I mean, the Steelers always were like my AFC team.
Okay.
So I like the Steelers. They were my electric football team too.
Okay.
But I mean, I can't bet on anything on the Packers right now. They went from beating the crap out of the
Steelers
Lions to losing to the fucking Browns and the Cowboys. You know, I don't know.
I feel pretty confident Steelers are going to win that game, but
Packers on the road.
Yeah,
revenge game for Aaron. Probably not good for Green Bay. Valhalla Chris says, I went 2 months without a drink. Then I had surgery and it went poorly. And they won't give me any pain management. So I started drinking whiskey again to make life tolerable. Prayers it gets better. Yeah, shout out. Tony says, where we live in Florida, literally everyone gets together everywhere. Every get together is booze related. Culturally, it's really hard not to drink. Yeah, that's kind of how it is in Wisconsin too. To be honest, like everything is booze related. Like you go to the state fair, you drink. You go to the, or it's like also garbage food related. You're in a bowling league, you drink. Now for the last 3 weeks of bowling, I've had water and Diet 7-Up, which has made it really unbearable, but I feel like it's getting easier. Like I just don't drink when I'm at bowling.
Yeah.
But it is a fair, like everything is, like, oh, even in my bowling league, if you leave the 5-pin, everyone raises their hand. And it's a really dumb game. I don't get it. Everyone raises their hand. You hold your hand up if you leave just the 5-pin. If you get it, nothing happens. If you miss it, you have to buy everybody who raised their hand a shot. Now they're like garbage bar shots, so it's like $1. But like, why? That's not how it should work. If I get it, if you bet against me, then all of you should have to buy me a drink.
That's not fair. There's no repercussions, and you should just put your hand up every time. In that case, there needs to be a wager going on.
See, that's what I said. And like, I didn't want to be that guy because I'm new in that league. But I'm like, I don't play. Like when people do it, I'm like, guys, I don't play it.
Right.
I just say, I don't drink or something like that.
Yeah.
And like people kind of they don't give you a hard time about it. But I'm like, if you had to buy me a drink. Yeah, I'd play.
I would be in.
Yeah. If 20 people had to buy me a drink, then that's a fun game.
Like, nothing that happens. Like it's irrelevant if it goes one way, but if not, you buy everyone.
Right.
I lose either way. Like I have a bunch of people watching me, or I have to buy them garbage shots that they don't even want. They're like they're like garbage. I don't know how to describe, but if you've been to the bar, people know what I'm talking about. They'll do like pre-made shots that are like, it's not even what I would choose. Zandox says, maybe there's a little trial that you could use your credit to send HCB to. Ooh, that's true. That is true.
Yes, don't go on vacation. Pay for my work.
Yeah, Nuo says, I got up to 320 at 6 feet, was a heavy drinker, got down to 245 just by cutting out alcohol. Now I might have like a single beer when out to eat at a restaurant. None other than that, you can do it. Hey, thank you. And on Rumble or on YouTube, Dingus Khan says, rumor has a Jeremy. Oh, I got that one. Doug Gardner says, oh, I got that one. And Yellow Scream says, Dark Jeremy, let's fucking go. You have to, Dark Jeremy is only generally comes out in late night streams and not in front of the ladies. Yeah, that's true. They do. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this. I was trying to follow up. Did you see this Thomas Massie thing? I don't know if you guys saw this. He put this out. Let's see. Wait, this one is the one, I think. No, why can't I just need to get rid of the ones that I don't need. So he introduced a new bill to repeal the 2013 Smith Modernization Act that prohibits domestic dissemination of federally funded propaganda. Taxpayer-funded fake news should not be used by the State Department to wage influence campaigns against America. Thomas Massie, I wish that more people, like he's basically, other than like he has a mild case of TDS, like he's on the right side of a lot of this stuff. This is kind of,
he has TDS. I mean, maybe he has developed it in more recently, but
it's not TDS, to be fair. Yeah,
it's interesting because he is like really dedicated to his principles over anything else. I think I've told you this anecdote before, but I remember interviewing him one time and talking about E-Verify, which I have always been supportive of.
He spoke out against that, yeah.
He spoke out against it because I'm for it. Just if people don't know what it is, it's like a background check and it tells you if the person's a citizen, if they're applying for a job. And so I'm like we shouldn't be employing people who are here illegally. We shouldn't be encouraging that at all. And his position is that's an invasion of your privacy by the government. Difficult to counter that kind of logic.
Yeah, it's
sometimes
true.
when people are like, he's opposing Trump, it's not that he isn't, and I don't know totally where they stand, but like sometimes I'm like, is he opposing Trump because it's personal, or is it because he's like fixated on something? Sorry, keep going. That's my aside.
No, generally he's pretty principled, and it's. I think it's really easy to like accept once you know somebody's coming from a principled position to disagree with them. Mm-hmm. Like Melanie on her Gooner games, like she's not like a prude who's just against it for no reason. She has real reasons for being against, gooner video games or pornography in video games or softcore pornography. So when like people argue with her or they tattle to me about her, I'm like, because I'm a little more lax about it. Like, if you want to play your gooner games, fine. Melanie's more like ban them.
Well, I'm not necessarily ban gooner game. Well, it depends on the extent of it. Like, I'm all about banning like straight up pornography, but I discourage people playing gooner games. Like I tell them that this isn't good for you. It'll turn you into a degenerate. And I think that's what people got really mad at.
Yeah,
well, they kept saying that I was saying to ban the game, and I never said ban the game. I said it's not healthy to play those types of games. Just like if I'm, against doing drugs or this or that. It's like, I don't know. Some people get really mad. But it's like, I'm a Christian. Of course, I'm going to have these takes.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, I'm not like, I'm just saying, like, but you are principled about it.
Oh, yeah. So, there's a reason. It's because I'm a Christian. I didn't just pull this out of thin air.
Yeah. Well, that's why when like people are bitching and complaining about it, like, I'm like, well, she has her principles, and like, it's not like she's just being a prude or she's not arguing in good faith. Right. Yeah.
I mean, there are people who will like be like, you guys are just weird and gross for playing that. And that's very different from being like, these are my moral values.
Yes,
and this is why I would not encourage you to play it. Similar with like, again, like if you don't like Massie and you think he's opposed to Trump, that's totally fine. I don't mind your opinion at all. But it's like, there are people who are, Donald Trump could do anything and they would vote against it because they are so fundamentally against him. Like I remember one Mitt Romney statement that came out, and he was like, well, I don't want to support someone who's been convicted of sexually related crime. And you want to be like, you're making me crazy. Whereas like Miles Massey, again, maybe it's because I got to talk to him about something that's important to me in person, but like there is this moment where I'm like, maybe it's not personal against Trump. Maybe you have some sort of philosophical split here.
Yeah, it's definitely, I just think like it's good. I mean, obviously we shouldn't be, along the same lines, like that's why I stood behind defunding PBS and NPR, because these are not, I grew up watching Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers.
Same. That's
not what these networks are anymore. In particular, NPR, which again, I'm not saying NPR shouldn't exist. I'm just saying I don't want to pay for it. Now, I don't think I should have to pay for it. And I think Sesame Street, to think that Sesame Street wouldn't be bought out by somebody is absurd. Of course, I think Netflix bought them. I'm pretty sure they're doing something with them. Like,
well, I'm sure, PBS isn't selling their lunch boxes or whatever at Walmart. Like those characters must be licensed by someone already.
Right. They're making plenty of money. Just, I don't want to pay for it anymore.
Exactly.
And so I would love to see more of this. And that's kind of why I like Massie. Like, and he's a gettable guy. Like, I could see him coming on the show someday. Like
he's interesting. And there, like, this feels like a fresh approach. I don't know if you want to give the audience like more of an explanation of what it does, but like,
no, go ahead.
Well, I am by no way an expert, but I like these efforts to rein in. Like one of the things he had in his press release when I read it was talking about covert campaigns online, like covert influence campaigns. And I know this happens with like brand products, right? Where like they won't, you're supposed to disclose when you're advertising on behalf of someone. So if you are doing that on behalf of the federal government, I would want to know. And I think it's interesting to have someone who is starting to be like expanding into how to combat bad behavior from the federal government on the internet level, because so many of our laws just aren't prepared to deal with cyber issues. Yeah.
I think, I mean, I think people don't, he gets hate because he's not like a hardcore mega guy. He's kind of more about his own principles.
I think that's fair, though. I don't even know who this is, so I have no like. I don't recognize.
He's a senator from Kentucky.
Okay, so I don't have any bias here, but I'm saying that in terms of, I'm a Donald Trump supporter, but at the end of the day, I don't think that people have to be super gung ho in a specific group, like MAGA, for example. That, like, I think that principles are very important, and where you get those principles, and so especially. For me, I value biblical principles. And so it's just like, somebody doesn't have to say I'm MAGA if they're just like, hey, I align with the Bible and that's where I get my principles from.
Yeah.
But, they can still like Donald Trump and what he does. But I do think that sometimes we do get a little tribal with things, and that can be a little unhealthy.
Yeah. Fact check. He's a congressman, not a senator. No big deal.
Okay.
Isn't he? I thought he was a senator.
I don't know. That's what chat said. I thought he was too.
I thought he was a congressman too, but also I feel like I just looked this up the other day. You guys keep going.
Yeah. He is 4th district.
He's a congressman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rep Massie.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know. I'm getting this so mixed up.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Trump's campaign for a Nobel Peace Prize. This is pretty interesting. I mean, Barack Obama got one for literally doing nothing.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
He graced us with his presence on the national political stage.
Yeah, he was black.
He was a half black at that, not even that black.
Yeah. I don't know what he got a Nobel Peace Prize for. I mean, he absolutely did not deserve it. It's a joke. But, Donald Trump's odds have doubled. I think the voting is actually today.
I think he actually he earned that peace prize with all of these initiatives that he's done, bringing peace at a global scale.
He's nominated from three different countries over multiple conflicts.
Yes, if anybody deserves a bit, he's been putting in the work. I mean, he hasn't even been in office that long. The dude's been working hard at world peace. This is a serious initiative that he's taken on.
I mean, what would that say if he got a Nobel Peace Prize? Because with the Gaza deal, which who knows how long it's going to last. Okay. I don't know. As of today, I know that Israel is voting on it. I don't know if they've confirmed it yet or not. If they have, good. If they haven't, I don't know how long to expect to wait. I think they were starting around 11 our time.
Okay.
How long Israel will honor it, but if they don't honor it, is that really Trump's fault? He brokered it. I think the timing is tough because I would want to see the hostages released. If the hostages are released, then he should get it no matter what. No matter what.
If released on Monday, right?
Were they though? The 20? They're out?
I heard that in one news report that they're supposed to get released on Monday. I'm happy to be fact-checked.
Coming out Monday. Yeah. That's what I heard too. Okay, so I thought you meant it already happened on Monday.
No. It's upcoming.
So if he, again, I never really understood this crap. Just let him go.
I know.
Why do they got to stay for another 5 days? Let them go now.
Yeah.
If he gets these last 20 freed, he should absolutely get the Nobel Peace Prize, regardless of whether or not Netanyahu immediately bombs them.
Right.
I mean, what do you think this does for any potential Trump legacy if he gets? I guess you could argue that it didn't do shit for Obama's legacy, but I think it's because nobody looked at him.
Nothing burger. What Trump has actually done, we see tangible results. We see actual physical outcomes that have changed the world and has offered literal peace. So Nobel Peace Prize, he is bringing actual peace to the world with his initiatives. So we see that change. We see that physically. So there's really nothing to argue here. He's been putting in the work.
Right. Do you think in some ways Obama receiving the Nobel Peace Prize undercut the organization or the award's overall credibility?
Of course.
Yeah, it did.
In some ways, if Trump gets it, because even though everyone hates him, they all agree he really is bringing peace to Earth.
Right.
Then in some ways it restores the credibility.
Possibly.
I mean, it should.
It should.
But we saw last night, ABC even said, like begrudgingly, this clip was kind of going around where they're like, Trump's been able to do what nobody else has, not just U.S. presidents, but leaders around the world.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I remember the ceasefire with Iran between Israel and then Israel immediately violating it, though. So I don't know.
Didn't that happen multiple times? I mean, I know it's been a long time, but like it's not. And we could say like Trump did something that Biden couldn't, which is true, but also he did something that all of the European leaders couldn't do. Any of the other Middle Eastern leaders couldn't. Like no one else got this done. It came down to Trump, and that is kind of fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, I hope. I have more to say about this, but I want to give a quick shout out to Bearskin because they're a new channel sponsor and I actually really love their stuff. They sent stuff for both me and my wife, and that's a good way to get on my good side. So shout out Bearskin. This video sponsor Bearskin. You guys have heard of the Bearskin hoodie, right? Well, the smart people are locking in their winter gear now because this is hands down the best time to prep for the coming winter. Bearskin is running a 60% off deal right now, but only if you get your hoodie early. The hoodie is built like a tank, 340 GSM microfleece, 10 different pockets with a clean, rugged fit that looks and feels awesome. Plus, it zips right into the heavy storm rain jacket to become 100% waterproof when you need it. And trust me, in Wisconsin, I'm absolutely needing it all the time, especially when I have to do snow removal. So when it turns cold, wet, and windy, you won't be scrambling last minute. You'll get free US shipping and fast delivery, and you've locked in your winter gear already. That's a win-win. So do yourself a favor, text the word quartering to 36912. You'll get a link sent straight to your phone so you can check it out later if you're busy right now. And one more thing, when you support Bearskin, you're also supporting the Fallen Outdoors and the Hope for the Warriors Veterans programs. So you're not just buying great gear, but you're backing a cause that matters. Don't wait till you're freezing to realize that your hoodie sucks. Get a Bearskin now while 60% off. Text quartering to 36912. They sent me a bunch of their stuff and I absolutely love it. They have this little thing where I can put in different patches on both sides if I want, customize it. It's really cool. Text quartering to 36912 to get your 60% off Bearskin hoodie today. Yeah, shout out. I like their stuff.
Love it.
Yeah, cool. It was cool. Like they have these, they sent a bunch of like "Don't Tread on Me" American flags and all sorts of like different patches you can put on the Velcro and stuff. So, and yeah, it's pretty nice. And glad to have them. It should be interesting if he gets it. I don't know. I think Trump does care about it, but to be honest, he's done so much even without Israel. Like he ended the war in the Congo.
Right.
He's brokering this deal between Russia and Ukraine, which isn't done yet, but I mean, that'll be done.
He's been putting in a lot of work into that.
Yeah, and I think that Trump's starting to think a little bit about his legacy, and I think that he kind of cares.
He does. Like he cares. I find with Trump, it does seem like he cares about status. He cares about, and you see that with the people that he works with as well. And so I do think that a title like this would mean a lot to him. But regardless of whether he achieves that, what he's done has really made a huge impact in the world. And regardless of whether he gets it, he should be proud of himself. Yeah. And that's the thing is the good things that we do, God notices those things. And that's what's important. Yeah. So whether you're going to get recognition here on earth, doing the right thing because it's the right thing and because it's what God wants you to do and what God calls you to do. And he truly feels like Trump has been very vocal about the fact that he does feel like God is moving him in the direction that he has been and that he is doing work for God. And ultimately that is the most important validation you can receive is from God. So hopefully he gets this, but if he doesn't, hey, you know what? He's doing God's work and we need to keep him in our prayers and appreciate him.
And it's not like if he doesn't get it, it's business as usual. You know what I mean? Like there's all kinds of times that Trump should get, you know, a pleasantry or an accommodation that he didn't. He's been public enemy number one for so long. He almost
never gets credit. It's kind of funny when he does always say that, which always never looks good when you're like, I don't get credit for the good thing. But he's right. He really doesn't. He never gets any credit for anything. And except for this. I will say I saw several mainstream media places like saying, wow, Trump pulled this off. You know, we'll have to see how long it stays. There's okay, since we've got Melanie on, I've got some questions about the Antichrist and Trump. The Bible says he would be a bringer of peace and a popular man of the people. Trump's not the Antichrist.
No, he's not. I mean, hey, it's good that you're looking for signs and all that stuff. But yeah, the Antichrist will be a bringer of peace and will have a lot of love from the world. But I think that Trump does. There's so many people with TDS that it doesn't.
He's not really a bringer. He's not really beloved.
No, and then this is the thing is Donald Trump also professes Jesus Christ as being the savior, being our savior, the savior of the world, and he also, you know, and he encourages people to follow Jesus Christ, and the Antichrist will do no such thing.
Based.
Yeah.
He just says he should have gotten the prize for the Abraham Accords. I agree with that. He should have then. But now I think unfortunately for the Nobel, like, I think it's too close. Like, the deal's not done yet, and they're voting, I think, today. So I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know. I know it's important to him. I did want to talk about a little bit of a sports ball topic, as I know Hannah Claire is deeply entrenched.
I love
so.
I actually do. I do like sports.
Yeah, sport. You have that hat that just says sports on it.
Yeah,
sport vibe, you know.
Yeah. How about that local sports team?
I'm excited if you support your local sports team. I'm all for regionalism, which happens at the community level, you know?
That's true. That's true. What do you make? I'll go to Melanie first. So basically the NFL picks Bad Bunny. I've never heard one of
That's the
his
thing.
songs.
I had no idea who this dude even was until like right around the election time. All of a sudden, like one of my liberal friends was posting something about him, and I guess he hates Trump or something. I don't know. He's like a super lib, and
yeah, he's like a super lib. I don't know. I couldn't name a song.
He's like some like Latin American, like popular among like Spanish speaking people, and I don't think that in America. I don't know. Maybe he is popular in America, but I didn't know who he was.
He is popular in America. Mm-hmm. Very popular.
Okay,
but look, he got picked to do the halftime show, which is whatever. I don't care. Like, it's all demonic anyway. Is he really any different than
That's true.
You know, Prince with his penis guitar or, you know, all these other people? But like, he has gone out of his way in the following weeks now to like antagonize. Like, he was invited to a New York Yankees playoff game 2 days ago, and he refused to stand for the anthem.
Wow.
And then he went on and he like SNL or something. And he was like, well, you have to, you know, all my songs are in Spanish, so you got to learn the language or some shit like that.
You have weeks to learn the language, or however many weeks there are left.
Why do you think that these shit libs keep getting like first of all, I will not be watching. Well, I don't watch the Super Bowl unless the Packers are in it anyway. But like, I used to watch it for the commercials, but now you see all the commercials 2 weeks ahead of time. I didn't watch it last year either.
I was like, I'm not supporting the Super Bowl this year. It depends on what teams are playing. Sometimes I'll watch it anyway, but there's times where I don't want to support it. Last year was one of them.
Yeah.
It's just like, here's the thing. When it comes to the NFL that keeps propping up people like this, it's because I think the NFL as an organization is corrupted. I do think that Satan likes to get his grubby hands on you know, very popularized things for influence when it comes to the music industry, Hollywood, so on and so forth, and the NFL being one of them. And despite the fact that there are a lot of players who are Christians and who are believers of Jesus Christ, and they try to share that message, the actual organization and those who are running it, a lot of them I do believe are corrupted. And that's why we're seeing all of these woke initiatives that they keep pushing out that nobody wants. If you actually look at the audience of who's watching NFL games, they're not buying all that woke stuff. They don't like it. And yet they still keep pushing this stuff. And so they keep trying to prop up these very woke, liberal performers for halftime shows that the actual audience wouldn't prefer to see. If you want to know what the actual audience would prefer to see who watch football games, they want to see some divorced dad rock. Like put on some Breaking Benjamin.
Creed
like
or
some Creed, some Nickelback, some Breaking Benjamin. That's how you put on a show for the actual audience who's watching the NFL. But they don't care about, let's actually entertain the audience with it. I think that the NFL halftime show a lot of times is actually ritualistic. It is satanic, and they get a lot of these just corrupt people who are under the influence of
well,
demons.
now that now they're actively getting someone who is antagonizing.
Yep.
You know, I think this is a new step that they haven't yet done.
Like the selection of the halftime performance person is like their attempt to draw in like the plus ones to the Super Bowl party, like whether it's like in this case, I think it's like Gen Z, like teenagers and stuff. But in other cases, I think it's like the women who are invited or whatever. So they bring out like didn't Beyonce do it one year? I know, like Katy Perry did it once. So like this is what girls like, right? Bring out that pop star that's kind of starting to fade to the background. And with Bad Bunny, I know he's Puerto Rican, and I know that he like just did a residency in Puerto Rico, which people were like very excited about. Yeah. But I think it's again like you have this thing pulled up from BuzzFeed when Mike Johnson is like, I don't know who that is, but I think it's a bad idea. It's because the only thing a lot of people know about him is that he's now being antagonistic, and you have to learn Spanish or whatever. It seems like a complete miscalculation. I think Melanie's right. Like, instead of trying to lure in the teens or Gen Z or whatever, just like go get, I don't know, cool dad rock band and make the people who are definitely going to show up to watch the game happy. Like this expanding.
Dude, if they put Kiss out there or something, or like Aerosmith or they would kill. And but they don't actually give a shit. And here's the thing: the reason they do it is because it's exactly what I would do if I was running the business. Like
you would get Bad Bunny.
I would, well, if I was worried about profitability, I would think about, well, the people that are watching the game don't give a shit about the halftime show. They're watching the game anyway.
Right.
So we have this 20-minute window for everybody else, you know, and there will be people. So let me put it this way. A bad halftime show will not deter people who are going to watch the game anyway from watching it.
That's true.
A good halftime show will bring people in who weren't going to watch it anyway. So that's why I think they would. That's what I would try to. Now I wouldn't take somebody openly as antagonistic as this, but you know, like, I mean, I wouldn't give a shit about the guys that are watching the football game when I'm picking my halftime performer. Like, you care at the stadium. Yeah, you care at the stadium,
right?
Right. Like if you're picking somebody, you know, at a Packer game or a Steelers game for a halftime performer, that matters. But they don't. They care about the TV audience.
Right.
And the sad fact is, there are a lot of people that watch the game for the halftime show.
That's true.
I don't, but there are, and I don't think it's necessarily women. I think it's just people who are apolitical, sports.
Yeah.
They're just, so this is the only way to make it like a non-sports event.
Yeah, this is the thing that everyone's watching. I don't want to miss out. You know, did you guys see Prince's guitar look like a penis when they dropped the thing down? Like, it was the same way with the commercials. It used to be oh, did you see the big titties on the GoDaddy girl?
The
like
commercials used to be extremely provocative for NFL. Like they were very provocative.
Jr.
Yeah.
Carl's Jr. used to do like the girls like
like
Paris
on a car
Hilton.
or something, right?
Yeah. Wearing like bikinis. Yeah.
Tons of slutty commercials back then. And the halftime, like commercials in general were very sexualized, but especially for the NFL halftime or the NFL, the Super Bowl, the commercials were extra provocative. And then that part lightened up a bit, but they're still
now they're like pro-abortion commercials.
Yeah, now it's like pro-abortion. It's it's the corrupted hippie Jesus, you know, the fake Jesus,
that one.
The gay Jesus.
Who funds that church? They're always buying.
You know, the same people. It's
because it's like the He Knows Us one or whatever.
The Hobby Lobby helps fund that, and that makes me so mad because I was like, oh, Hobby Lobby, this is a Christian run organization. Well, apparently. The owner of Hobby Lobby helps fund that, and that made me sick to my stomach.
Gross.
To hear that. Yeah,
because they were like pro-immigrant last year too. There is the problem is there are some in the Venn diagram of conservatism and church, they don't always cross over. Like
exactly. Yep.
A lot of pastors are not going to be anti-immigration. I guarantee you that.
Right.
Probably most.
It's crazy because, like, biblically speaking, if we were actually to consider
they had borders in the Bible.
Yeah, they did, and they also had, hey, if you're gonna take somebody in, if you're gonna take an outsider in, they have to assimilate and they have to serve God. If they do not follow your culture, kick them out. Like that's how it was. It wasn't, oh, bring everybody in. It was very anti bring different cultures in. It was, they're going to adapt to your culture and they're going to serve God. And if they don't, don't let them in.
Yeah. I think it gets lost sometimes. There will be like pastors or priests or whoever who are like, well, we love all people and we want to have compassion for the immigrants. And like, they'll talk about like not wanting to lose the humanity, which like, yeah, you don't want to treat someone
I don't want bad things to happen to them. Yeah.
But like, but that doesn't mean we can't enforce immigration law. That doesn't mean like Melanie's saying we can't be like, hey, you're welcome to join if that's how the nation feels, but you have to become a part of our people.
Exactly.
That's like sort of where it gets confusing. And I think.
By the way, girls, again, you went with the dark black. Here I am standing out here like a pride parade.
That's because you're the lead singer and we're background. You know.
That's right.
No. That's well played.
I'm sorry. Beyonce wears more sparkles than everybody else, so
that's true.
You're our Beyonce.
You are our Beyonce.
Oh my God!
You're the Beyonce of the Destiny's Child.
It must be, folks. It must be payday chat. That's like the. Do you want to let the people know?
Nice to you. What do you mean?
I know. Do you want to let the people know where they can find your stuff? And we're about halfway through the show, but I always like to give a shout out, give you guys your shout out stuff. Let them know where they can find you and what you got going on.
All right.
Melanie, you want to go first?
Yeah, you guys can find me. I have my Bible videos at Bible Time with Melanie Mack. Yesterday, I uploaded a video that said God doesn't want you to be fat. And I got a very lengthy email.
A lot of people were sending that to me, by the way.
I got a very lengthy email in my business email saying, first of all, you're not a Bible scholar.
Oh.
Secondly, I didn't even read the rest.
Have you
I
even
just saw that.
been to the Bible?
I saw that and I was like, I struck a nerve. So anyway, yeah, topics about how God doesn't want you to be fat and so on and so forth at Bible Time with Melanie Mack. And then my gaming streams at Melanie Mack. Or if you just search Melanie Mack gaming streams. And I just finally beat Silent Hill F. That was incredible.
Took you long enough.
It did. And it was tough. But I was playing on the hardest difficulty, so I had a hard time. But it was really fun. Really great game. So that's where you can find me.
It looked a little unforgiving. I tuned in. It was pretty tough.
It was brutal. That was after one of my playthroughs. But like, because I went through, I was a long stream, a 5.5 hour stream. And so at the last chunk of the game, they put you through so much heck with fights that it was like, when I was done streaming, I was shaking for 30 minutes. I was like, I need to read the Bible. I need to calm down. Because normally when you play a difficult game, you can take a break. You can walk around, eat a snack. But there's no break. My body's in like high adrenaline, fight or flight mode because of a video game.
That's how Expedition 33 was for me.
Yes.
Not necessarily the final boss, because the final boss is kind of easy, but like that last final boss fight where you're like, before you get like the 3 hours of, press X to just beat this boss. I was like, it was the one with the, it was the boss where it was the chick. That was the hardest boss fight for me.
The paintress one? What was just her? Yeah.
It was where she had like a 7-move combo and you had to dodge like parry. I'm trying to remember. I had to like say, I was like counting out loud. Yeah. Because you get the beats of like the attacks. I was like counting out loud, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's like, okay, now I can attack. Yeah. And like after I finally beat that, I was like, finally, like I had to go. I was all hopped up on
on Expedition 33. I actually cried after some boss fights. It was just so after I beat it, was just so relieved that I did it because it was so much pressure. And I put the controller down.
That's what I'm talking about. The sister. When you fight the sister and the kid, she has like a 7-hit combo where it's like, and you can't miss, and you're basically parrying nonstop. And that one. That one was
when
fucking.
I beat that dancing one, that big dancing thing.
That one is hard as hell too.
I put my controller down and I cried. It was crazy.
The dancing one is hard.
People who work in corporate America who are like, yeah, I worked on this report that was really difficult and took a lot of work for months. And I turned it and I was like, sigh of relief. And you're like, yeah, me too. Video games.
Yeah, I was playing video games. Yeah.
I mean, it's your job. You've built a whole career out of it. I'm not even trying to make fun of you. Like, I need to think about like your 9 to 5 is pretty crazy too, Melanie.
Yeah. All right,
Hannah Claire,
where can we find you?
Oh, you guys can find my content on Rumble and YouTube. It's at Hannah Claire B in both places. I have video up right now talking about Ron DeSantis. If you don't know him, you should watch the video and find out who he is. I should have another video up probably tomorrow. I might have a special guest. I can't say. It'll probably be about Taylor Swift. And so most of you are like, no,
Taylor Swift, special guest.
Yeah, she's coming on my show, guys.
You have to tune in to find out. Yeah.
She was busy, so I got someone else. Maybe.
Okay.
So it's Hannah Claire B on Rumble, YouTube, and X.
And for my, I'm just going to shout out Morgan and Morgan real quick. Accident or injured in any way, you should know how to protect your rights. Glad to have this video sponsor Morgan and Morgan. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions of dollars. Morgan and Morgan doesn't settle for lowball offers. Just in the past couple of months, Morgan and Morgan saw verdicts of $12 million in Florida, 34 times the highest insurance offer, $26 million in Philadelphia, 40 times the highest insurance offer, and $6.8 million in New York, 25 times the highest insurance offer. Their fee is absolutely free unless you win. Fighting big companies takes a big law firm. As America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan are ready to take on insurance companies of all sizes. Morgan & Morgan has modernized the injury law process so you can submit a claim and communicate with your legal team all from your smartphone. And remember, size matters. Morgan & Morgan is big. They're America's largest injury law firm. That means they have the resources to fight to get you the best results, and they're capable of spending millions on a case to see it through. Did you know you can start a claim with America's largest injury law firm in just one click? It's so easy. You can start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan at www.forthepeople.com/quartering or click the link in the description down below. Yeah, shout out. I need to get better at those, like the transition to those, but
no, I like when one person's left and then you have to pick up the ad. You have to start making up.
Yeah, we just leave you behind. I wanted to talk about, first of all, this kind of woke-ish video game that kind of fell apart. And then also this leftoid that abuses dog. Jay Blaze says, pretty sure Hambley is talking about his struggle with the Alicia fight when you have to solo with Mael. It was pretty entertaining, entertaining stress fit. Yeah. I did have a couple of Menti bees. I think I had a couple of like, because if you fuck up if you fuck it up even once, you just don't win the fight.
Right.
Like you can't win the fight. Yep. And yeah, that's what I was talking about. I beat it. I think I only lost like, I beat it in less than 10 tries, but it was just like, you get so close.
Stressful. Yeah.
Yeah. Rubber Toe says, look up Bad Bunny in a dress. There's dozens of photos. He dresses in drag all the time.
Yeah,
he also says
he will. The Zoomers. That apparently was a thing they were into for a while.
Oh, yeah. He said he will 100% be wearing a dress during the performance. Oh, yeah. Guaranteed it'll be every headline the next day.
Oh, no.
But it's not even edgy anymore. Like, it's just like getting bored.
I know, because that's the thing is when Nirvana, why am I forgetting his Kurt Cobain did it, was more like edgy. And now it's just gay.
Yeah. Right. Maddie says the people who run the NFL hate you if you voted for Trump. Is it really worth giving money to people who hate you to watch roided out wife abusers throw a ball? Well, I don't pay them. So
it depends. I mean, it really depends to me because it's like literally almost every little thing that you consume, you're going to be supporting people who have some of the same values. So you can't boycott everything, but we can boycott some things. And if you feel like that's something you want to boycott, go for it. For me, the NFL has been such a huge part of my family, like bonding with my family, my dad and my brothers for all of my life. So, that's not something that I want to fully give up because it is a bonding thing that we still share in our fantasy leagues and that we talk about on a regular basis. And we're about to go to a game this weekend. And so for
you
us,
don't have to justify yourself. You don't have to justify. Here's what I'll say. I definitely consume much less of it now. I don't watch like ESPN and all this other stuff. But I will also say that like basically everybody's got something. Everybody has something. And it's like the people that will shit on me for talking about sports ball, you know, I'm like, oh, okay. If I go through your closet, do you own any Carhartt? Do you remember when they forced their employees to get vaccines? Or like, do I like, look, you do the best you can. Generic account says Mel is right. Modern quote Christians will tell you Jesus would let everyone in, yet heaven seems to have a pretty strict border policy. Last I heard. Yeah, it does. I did want to. So, what's crazy about this story? This Hassan Piker story that I wanted to talk about. He's the second largest political streamer in the world after Asmongold, and he's a shitty dog owner. He zapped his dog for leaving her.
So sad.
Her bed. Is very obvious that he did.
Oh yeah.
But what's crazy is that he now has been. Did you see he took the prongs out of the shock collar, which you can do, put a piece of tape over it, and then immediately got caught. It's like, dude, this is the perfect example of like the crime itself is not even as bad as the cover up.
Exactly. It's like, oh, this is just a vibrator caller. That's it. But the prongs were just taken out. And then there's actually a clip of him talking to, I don't know, his mom or some woman in there that's like, oh, the dog's on another stream, I guess. Your dog's collar's too tight.
Right.
And he's like, oh, that's because it's and then he stopped himself. Actually, no, she just lost skin on her neck. And he was about to say, because it's a shock collar. That's exactly what that is exactly what it sounded like he was about to say. And he stopped himself because he's on stream.
Yep. You have to put shock collars on really tight. And like I said, like both Luke and I are not anti-e-collar, but we are like, I mean, I have a German Shepherd. If he wants to go and kill another dog, I can't stop him.
Right.
So he has an e-collar when we're in situations like that.
For sure. Yeah.
But in my experience, including some of my own family members I've seen are way too loose with that shock button. And you have to be trained. Like I got trained from a trainer on how and when to use it. And like most people just buy it and slap it on their dog and zap them anytime they're annoying them. If you watch the clip with Hassan, he was very clearly upset about his internet going out. And so he took it out on his dog.
That's so sad.
Like have you guys seen?
Look at its face too.
Oh, that dog is obese. That's another form of animal abuse. Just saying.
But it is cute and deserves not to be shocked inappropriately.
So innocent. Oh.
Yeah. The AI Hassan videos are.
I saw that video of him being like Raiden from Mortal Kombat with electricity going on his dog.
I think Sticks shared this one yesterday that went like mega viral.
As seen on 4chan.
What the?
Yeah,
wow.
There's a lot of shout out Sticks. I hope you're doing good, bud. There's a lot of like weird, like, why do we think? Is it because news is slow? Like, yeah, it was like kind of a bad thing.
It's not really that slow.
But why is this? It's been #1 trending for 48 hours. A school shooting doesn't even do that.
No, because this is like a uniting thing. People are like, that dog deserves a better life. The other trending dog video I saw yesterday was like a man, like an elderly man with a walker, talking to a police person being like, it normally takes my wife 10 minutes and she's been gone an hour. And then like the dog appears by the police car and leads her to the old lady. And like, she's like, you know, they're talking about the dog. And the lady's like, I'm not even his mom. I'm his grandma. Like, people love dog doing well content.
Well, yeah.
People hate dog being mistreated content.
You don't mess with pets. Like with and that's when things go crazy. Because I remember when Alinity had a stream where she threw her cat, and that was viral for a long time. People didn't let that go. Even if you just
by the way, I've thrown my cat before.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, come on. Like, that wasn't even that bad, but people like.
It depends. I think the more egregious thing was that she fed her cat alcohol.
Well, let me clear that the alcohol was the one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Let me add some context. It's not like I threw him like a baseball, but like I've definitely picked him up and like tossed him on the couch.
Oh
or,
yeah,
like,
I'll go like that.
stuff like that.
But what she picked up her cat and went, whoa, like
that I
over the
wouldn't
head.
do.
That was a bit much. But the alcohol was worse because I mean I think the cat. I really don't think that hurt the cat or scared it.
I'm sure it didn't.
But I think it's a little excessive. I wouldn't advise that. But I don't think it was as big of a deal as her feeding her cat alcohol. But yeah, I mean, even just look at that documentary, Don't F with Cats. Whenever that guy was torturing cats on videos, and people, you really had the community able to pull together and investigate this in about to autistic detail and catch this guy who also was who went to serial killing and all of that stuff. So it's just like you take it very serious when you think of something so innocent as a pet, that it is dedicating its entire life to loving you. Like that pet is living to love you, and especially when it comes to a dog,
right?
Yeah,
like
it's dependent on you, and its life is to love you.
But the tankies are mad. White people legitimately value dogs' lives over human lives. Well, yeah, I think I do.
I mean, nobody's starting a campus protest over this dog, as far as I know. Like, hang on here, team. Like, let's not make everything a bigger deal than it is. Also, two things can be wrong at once, hypothetically.
Right.
You could be like, human lives matter, and also don't zap your dog who's just trying to stretch her leg.
For me, it's hard. It's hard seeing it with a dog because a dog doesn't have the mental capacity as another human being to understand what's going on, and they're more defenseless. Now, if this was a little baby, then there would be outrage over him doing that to a little baby. I would imagine worse. So it's not that people think that dogs are better than humans necessarily. It's that I do think that dogs are more pure-hearted than people. There is that argument. But it's not them valuing a dog's life over a human life. I think if you actually had, who's going to die, this dog or this human? Most people would say that the dog should die instead of the human. But it's just fact that it depends. Yeah. But it's just the fact.
What is the human? Who is the human voted for?
Who is the human? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's just the fact that a dog doesn't have the mental capacity and is more defenseless than most humans, unless you're considering a baby.
Look at this chonker.
Hello. How are you?
He just loves
so
his
happy.
daddy.
It's so funny because if any other dog or person he didn't know came on property, like he'd freak out, he'd protect the house. Now he's like kissing you on the face.
How
like,
cute.
This baby's defending your land. Okay.
He likes Maggie too. He and my wife's mom.
Aww.
Like he's like, but other people, he's kind of a borker. Like he's not very friendly. He's not.
He likes
very
grandmas. You were telling me that's so funny.
He liked Luke.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
you can read German Shepherd owner energy. I bet.
Yeah. Well, most people don't know how to deal with a big dog, and so like, I think anybody who will like get down on the floor and like push you around and like play rough with you, like big dogs are like, oh, he's not afraid of me. Like, this is good. Like,
I feel
good
like
vibes.
if you're nervous around a dog, they're like, oh, I sense you're nervous. Why should we be nervous? I'll become nervous with you. And it like changes the energy.
Yeah. What do you, I was going to say like, it's crazy. Like, are you caught up on his response, Hannah Claire? So he took the prongs out. He put a piece of electrical tape over the spot where the prongs go and then showed his viewers and said, oh, this isn't a shock collar. Well, anybody who's ever had any pets and tape will know that tape is going to magically, magnetically find dog hair immediately. Like the fact that that tape had 0 dog hair in it, by the way, it was supposed to be on his collar. Like he'd very clearly just put the tape on. Why wouldn't he have just said, like, I mean, that is a huge unforced error. Like, what was he doing? He would have been better off being like, look, it's for her own safety, and she was overreacting. It was like a level 1 or something like that. But
he doesn't know that terminology.
Well, here's the other thing. What I meant to ask you. So you guys both have cats. We have a cat. I have a cat. So like, let's use a cat as an example. Like if you heard your cat, like, you know how somebody stepped on a cat tail, the noise they make, or whatever. Like,
horrible.
Yeah, but you're like, oh my God, like, right? Like you would react that way. But what Hassan did was he did not even flinch when his dog yelped.
Yep.
So to
and then
me,
he was like, "Oh,
he's heard
why
it
are you
before."
being dramatic?" Like he looked really sheepish and guilty immediately. Not guilty as in he regretted it, guilty as in, "Oh, I got caught. I need to cover this up." He seemed just a little anxious about it. And he's like, "Huh, well, why are you being dramatic back there?" You know, he made some passive comment like that, and
but he didn't even get out of his chair.
Yeah,
I would have been like, if Huck like randomly yelped, I'd be like, "Oh my god,
what happened?"
Yeah. I feel like if my cat breathes slightly weird, I'm like, "Are you good? Like everything okay over there?" Like,
yeah.
The thing is, like, we talked about this before, but like him being like frustrated and reaching for whatever's on his desk, which is probably a clicker. Like, I think for anybody reacting out of frustration and anger when dealing with something that's dependent on you is always a bad mix.
Yep.
And like, I don't understand what this dog was supposed to be doing, like sitting, because there is like the place command for dogs, right? Like you sit wherever, but like you don't normally have them do that for 12 or like long time. Like,
you wouldn't shock them.
Doesn't seem unreasonable to me.
First of all, you wouldn't even shock them first. He never even gave the dog a command to go back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like you would give the dog a command, and then you would give it again several times before you would ever even consider sending a correction through the e-collar.
Right.
He just went straight to the zap. He didn't even try to tell the dog to go
arm,
back.
you can see his arm on the side where it looked like he reached for and pushed something, whatever it was that shocked that collar. It looks like his arm was doing that.
It's interesting that his response was to be like, "Here is evidence that I it's not what you think it is." When like, first off, you must really trust your tape. You know what I'm saying? Like, you must believe. At that point, why don't you just like pull up a different collar? Like, if you're gonna lie,
right?
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, what were you thinking?
About a different collar.
That was the craziest part about it. I'm like, dude, just take. First of all, honestly, it's. I would like. Again, I'm pretty. I don't mind e-collars, but that's under the guise that people are using them correctly.
Right.
I would never leave Huck's e-collar on him with those prongs in his neck for an extended period of time.
Right.
Like, that dog has his shock collar on for 12 hours a day inside the house. Like, the only scenario where I would be like, think about having the shock collar on the dog is if he's chasing and attacking the cats.
Right.
Like, I'm like, oh, I got to be careful. I don't want him to kill my cat or something like that.
Yeah.
But like, to leave those prongs in that dog's neck for 12 hours at a time, that, I know some people are like, oh, having some Murgatroyd, an e-collar, I can never. Look, you never had a big dog. Like people like pinch collars, I could never. I'm like, dude.
There's when you have a dog that can
my
kill
wife couldn't
people,
stop the dog.
Yeah.
They need the.
And even, is that dog a chow? It looks at least like chow mixed, chow adjacent.
Yeah.
So I can understand why there would be a shock collar for cases of when you're in situations of when you're walking her, you don't want her to attack a kid or another dog, because chows are also they can be aggressive. So you might need that as when it comes to a big dog, but not just, oh, I'm chilling in my room and I wanted her to stay in the background like a prop.
Right.
If you
want a like prop dog, like if you do want a dog that's going to hang out in the background, like maybe you should have adopted an older dog.
Exactly. A senior dog that's just going to
like,
chill. Yeah.
You guys have all seen my cat climb in here. She's like, what, 2 maybe? Like,
yeah,
she won't stay for that long, but like her kittens would have never stayed. So like, you could have gotten a senior dog, given it a nice life, and like, look, I'm a hero, adopt, don't shop.
Oh, I know. That's what he should have done. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did the exact opposite. He bought a very expensive purebred dog. I don't know what it was.
That's not very woke of him.
Right. Like, I am also not. Look, I've adopted 15 cats in my life. I've done my due. But with dogs, I've always bought purebreds. I just.
Yeah, I'm one of those that I love rescuing all of my cats and my dog. My bunny, I actually got her from a breeder, but my cats and my dog, I always rescue. But I think that if somebody wants a specific breed, that there's nothing wrong with getting one. Right. Yeah,
live your life.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
But you should like get a breed that's appropriate to you.
Right?
Well, you live in a tiny house and you don't have any property. You shouldn't have a huge dog like that, unless well, he does say that it gets an hour walk and then he's at the park for 2 hours a day. If that's true, that's enough. I'm not gonna, 3 hours of exercise for the dog is a lot. That's plenty. But like, what does the dog do at the park?
Right.
Does it just lay there? Because this dog is obese. Like
It is.
by any medical standards, this dog is very overweight.
Yeah.
Which is going to give you problems for the hips and knees and joints later in life. And, you know, in 5 years when this dog can't get up anymore, you know, I'm going to be here to remind Hassan that that's his fault. I'm very, cats, I don't care. If you have a fat cat, whatever. Cats get fat. But if you have a fat dog, I'm very sensitive about that. Like, that dog can't choose what it eats, and it can't choose how much exercise it gets. So if you look now, I know not everyone can afford fucking $1,000 a month for raw food. I get it, but you can exercise your dog, and you can. So if you're giving your dog all sorts of table scraps and this shit, and the dog gets obese, that dog's going to have problems later in life, and it's your fault. Yeah. Like I'm not trying to be a hard ass. Like I give my dog, I haven't given my German Shepherd table scraps, but I gave my lab table scraps all the time. He was high energy. He lived till he was 14. He was a healthy dog. He was a little chunky at the end because he just couldn't get around anymore. And he had 13 years of getting a piece of pizza from me. You know, so like, but like,
look,
you know,
he was an old retired man at that point.
Well, that's what I mean. Like
right,
I didn't stop feeding him from the table when he couldn't anymore, and he gained weight. And you know, it was hard on him, and I had to, you know, but like when you have a dog that's this obese, like this dog is young. The dog is not getting enough exercise, or as Melanie says, calories in, calories out. If he's getting an hour walk, she's getting an hour walk plus 2 hours at the park and is still obese. Like, what are you feeding that dog? How much shit, how many chicken McNuggets are you giving your dog? Because it's not none.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, side note. I get that I'm being a stickler about it. If your dog's a little chunky, I'm not saying you're a bad human.
Well, you're passionate. Like, you're not just like, oh, I have a dog and they bop around. Like, you have German Shepherds. I've seen your like agility triangles and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I do.
This is something you care a lot about. I think like I don't have a dog. I like dogs. In this
I have plenty of fat cats, just so people know. Like,
sure,
right. You know, no matter what I do, they eat healthy, organic, raw food, and they're still fat. I can't help it. I have every toy.
They're trying to stay warm. Let them live their life.
My vet came over and I was like, what am I going to do? I've tried everything with diet food and this and that. He's like, well, sometimes you just have a Garfield cat. Like, what are you killing yourself over it?
Right,
I'm like,
exactly.
Okay. All right, you know.
Yeah. I have a cat that, I've had a cat that would just like not gain weight. He was just like a skinny cat.
I have a female cat like that too. She's always been rail thin. And I'm like, are the other cats pushing her out of the bowl? No, she's just always been skinny. And she lived till she was like 16, 17. She was fine.
Yeah.
She died from cancer, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, Bean. Hey, Ruby. Ruby's here. She's like, are you talking about fat dogs? Here I am.
Wait, bring Ruby up. I want to see her.
Ruby. She probably won't. Ruby Doobs. Oh, Mama's down here. That's why. Tell Ruby to come in here. My wife is wearing an orange shirt that is a jack-o'-lantern, and it's very cute, and you girls will both love it.
Oh, how adorable.
I have a Halloween sweatshirt I'm going to break out the Esther cast before Halloween. I've already planned it out.
Ruby refuses. She's I make fun of her because she always puts on a bunch of weight when she gets her period. So she's like in her chonky phase.
Mean.
But she's just so she's thickens up. That's like natural.
No, it's like water retention. Yeah, you get bloated and water retention.
She's bloated, Jeremy.
Like I feel like the whole body almost. It's like you just.
That's natural. Happens to human women too. Yeah, she gets people. I mean, look, she's perfectly healthy, but I can tell when she's in heat. I'm like, well, look at you, chonky donkey. Now she's mad at me. She won't come in here.
Well, you're embarrassing her on the internet. Very rude.
Yeah.
Also, is it a baking day for your wife, or did it get canceled because of the trip?
She's doing tacos tonight, so I don't think any baking is happening today. But she's not feeling great either. So we went to a family event. Somebody had the flu. They went there. This is why I don't like going to family events, because people are irresponsible and they show up when they're sick. And we both came home and we weren't feeling very good the last day or two. So it's not great. But I do want to say, Roberto says, idea for the Freedom Tunes cartoon about the dog is being imprisoned and shocked in the bed as a form of re-education camp because Hassan finds out his dog is secretly capitalist. Yeah, I could see that. Tacos are for Tuesday. That's true. I had I don't know what we had on Tuesday. Leftovers. Bystander Shrimp. So Quarter Crew, can we agree that Kenneth may have been onto something? The Kirk is proven to have left Israel and died the next day. Well, no, because she did not prove he left Israel at all. She proved she had those text messages and that he was frustrated about Israeli donor. Yes, she did prove that. I have seen zero evidence that he actually left Israel. And it was in fact it was 48 hours later, she said. It was somebody else now leaked some text messages who was in that group that confirmed the time frame. So she was right about that. I do want to, I have one more shout out. I won't do 3 anymore in the show. 3 feels naturally too many. I'll keep it to 2. But I did have one more for Comet that I want to shout out. So make sure you, if you haven't gotten Comet yet, to check this out. To this video's sponsor, let me ask you something. How much time do you spend every day on a web browser? How much time do you spend clicking around online? Searching, scrolling, typing, endless tabs. It's a lot, right? Well, there's a new AI browser from Perplexity called Comet that's completely changing the way you're able to interact with your browser. Using Comet feels like having a personal assistant living in your web browser that can actually do things for you across the internet. Yes, do things, not just give you answers. You can ask Comet to handle tasks for you, and it literally clicks, types, searches, and scrolls just like you would to get things done for you in the background while you go about your day. Comet can shop for you, make reservations, book travel, summarize articles or videos, send emails, schedule meetings, and a lot more to make your life easier. Let me show you how it works. Look, you guys know I publish 5, 6, 7 videos a day and do several live streams. Comet has made my life a lot easier in doing my research, finding stories for the day, summarizing stuff, setting up things to remind me about topics I want to do the next day. It's been amazing. The whole thing is really cool, right? Download Perplexity's new AI browser, Comet, by heading to pplx.ai/thequartering. The link will be in the description too. Let your browser work for you right now. Plus, when you download Comet, you get a month of Rumble Premium for free. That's pplx.ai/quartering. Go now and take back your time online. Yeah, shout out Perplexity. Thanks for sponsoring the show. I had this I wanted to get your guys' take on first. Why do they always look like this? Here we have Megan Wingfield, Democrat candidate for U.S. Congress from Kentucky, has now posted a campaign video. Let's see if we can tune in and take it. Let's see if we. This is a woman, by the way.
Oh dear.
Oh my God! Did you see that other woman
She's
too?
wearing the non-binary uniform, just being really fat and a short haircut. Like that's how you be non-binary. But we have to see if there's a septum though.
Yeah, the septum. Yeah.
And I'm running to be your next congresswoman in Kentucky 2nd District.
By the way, that audio is not on my end. This is her ad, and it's that bad.
Also, just way too fat. Like I ain't voting for nothing if you're that fat.
Yeah, you ain't
Kentucky 2nd District right now.
You can't take care of your own. You know, I get.
Melanie Mack ain't voting for nothing if you have a muffin.
That fat. Yeah. I love it. There's another t-shirt idea. But yeah, if you're out of control by that much, then you're not in control of much else.
And over the last few months with your help, we've went over to 8 different counties, going to county fairs, protests, meetings, picnics, Democratic Party meetings. And
why doesn't she just buy a $25 lav mic?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Or just stand in front of the camera.
She's running for politics, yeah.
So many people throughout.
Or just stand there. Don't do the walking casual thing.
Yeah.
There are options.
And through that, we have made so many great connections and heard lots of great stories. But now we want to get back to our roots.
She's probably filming herself. That's why.
Yeah.
You could stand in front of a tripod.
That's what
Another one? She already looks like a tripod.
Just like the sound. What?
Right here at Fountain Square in downtown.
Why wouldn't she just voice over it then? Like anything.
October 11th, this Saturday at 12 p.m.
She had the train in the background too. Not going to reshoot that.
Meet me here. And let's have a conversation about next steps, how we can build a better future, and what we can do to save our democracy. I look forward to
She's still going with the save our democracy thing.
This is a
She's wearing a Fetterman.
Wait, what did she just say? White power? What did she say?
Our democracy. I look forward to chatting with you. Power to the people, y'all.
Oh, power to the people, y'all.
This is what
okay.
she did with this. She did not give us any insight as to what policy she's for, what fixes, and
Melanie.
what all she
Melanie.
did. No, listen. All she did was do trademarks with F ICE. All they know how to do is use slogans. Let's
I
use
think
these
you could
common
guess.
slogans. I know, but I'm just saying she didn't give us.
Oh yeah.
All she did was here. Let me use the popular slogans that I don't even know what all that entails because I'm not actually going to articulate what I believe in, how it works. Instead, I'm going to use a slogan, F ICE and power to the people. Like it's just okay. We're gonna do all of the branding, but we're not going to do any of the articulating
Any of the work.
how that actually works and how it works in practice because they don't know how it works. When you look at all of the whole woke side with all of this stuff is everything is just a slogan and everything is just a brand when it comes to like protect trans kids. That's a slogan. That's a brand. What all does that actually entail? And who are you protecting? Because when you actually unpack it and they say it in a way that makes it, if you disagree with it, it's going to make you feel bad.
Right.
Wait, what do you mean? You don't want to protect trans kids? Instead of actually looking at the situation of, first of all, trans kids aren't real. That's child abuse to call a kid trans and to project that onto them. Or when it's just like Black Lives Matter, another slogan. Oh, well, if you don't agree with Black Lives Matter, are you saying that you don't care about Black people? Again, you're not actually getting the articulated message behind whatever these slogans are. They are just a bunch of branded slogans, and that's it.
It's interesting she's going with the Fetterman uniform for like the every like person of the people look, I guess. I agree with Melanie. I think most of this is just sloganing. You didn't really learn anything about her. I mean, she didn't even give like her biography and like I have lived here for this long. Here are the things I've done. I mean, I didn't hear it at least. I looked it up. She's going up against Brett Guthrie, who's been in Congress since 2008. So
Good
sometimes
luck.
Well, sometimes long-term incumbents, like people get tired of them, but I don't know if this is who's ousting him. He seems pretty safe to me.
Yeah, he seems all right. He's gonna probably get just fine.
I think he should show up at her event. That would be funny.
Oh yeah, ask for a debate. That would be giving her too much shine. I think she's probably better to just.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, I was going to talk about this Pro Antifa movie, but I think we're out of time. I want to make sure we have enough time to get everyone over to Viva. If you haven't yet, make sure to follow Melanie Mack and Hannah Claire B, both on their Rumbles and or YouTube. If that's where your preferred viewing, you can find Hannah Claire B or Melanie Mack Go Boom or Bible Time with Melanie Mack. Shout out to Jay Blizzy that just gifted 50 Rumble Premium users. That's crazy, dude.
That's very cool.
Well, we gotta stick around for a minute so everyone can get their Rumble Premium. What do you girls got going on this weekend? Anything exciting?
I'm gonna watch a football game, Saints versus Patriots. So
Patriots
it'll be a bit
Patriots
of a noodle
just
fight.
beat the
Bills.
The Bills,
I
yeah.
know. So I think it's gonna be a butt kicking. I think Patriots are really gonna kick butt on this game, but it'll be fun. It's gonna be a good family time. So I'm looking forward to it.
Do your family like get together and watch the game every weekend?
Oh, we're actually going to the game.
Oh, you're going?
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Cool.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited.
Fun.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna pick a random NFL team. Like you guys are talking
Do
about.
it!
Like,
Do
yeah, but
Packers.
you know
Do
this
it!
one. No,
Do
it has to be
it!
someone neither one of you follow.
Yeah, it
like,
has
just
to
so
be
I can
your own.
Oh.
And also, I'll never know what's going on, and all my facts will just be about the history.
Let
of the
Melanie
team.
and I pick it
I
for you. We'll
love
pick it based
it.
on the colors that will fit your palette the best.
Oh,
Okay.
cool! Is there
Yeah.
like is there like a BuzzFeed quiz? Like, tell me what you would order Olive Garden. As your
Yeah.
NFL team. I'm gonna Google that right now.
I think you could probably do I could see her being like a Broncos fan.
Broncos
Tampa
actually
Bay.
makes sense. I think
Yeah.
Broncos. Yeah,
They're
I
up
think
and
that would work.
coming.
You would look good on a Broncos jersey.
Yep.
It would work for you.
Okay.
I think
I'll
you're a
consider.
Broncos fan. There.
Yeah, I think a Broncos would be
I
good.
grew up in New England, obviously, so like the Patriots were like dominating force, and it made me like I was always like I don't know anything about it. Like I'm excited for you,
Right.
and maybe like
You could be
it's
a Patriots fan and not
You
a fraud, though. If you grew up there, like Right now, it's not a bad time. There's a lot of
And
room on the
also,
bandwagon.
yeah, they're not as good right now.
Yeah.
So it's not a bandwagony time to be a Patriots fan. So you could go with Patriots.
Maybe
Yeah.
I have to find like a team that doesn't exist. There's no like NFL team that doesn't exist anymore, right?
Sure, there
Because
are.
like my favorite hockey team doesn't exist because Connecticut no longer
Whalers?
has the Whalers.
You could
Yeah.
go with
Maybe I should
Oilers.
just
The
continue to
Houston
support.
Oilers.
Yeah, the Houston
Ooh, the
Oilers used to be a team.
And that's interesting because it's anti the environment. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, or you could support the Redskins. You say,
Oh, there you
Interesting.
go.
That's
Yeah.
true.
DC
I still
team.
see because I live like in that part of the country,
Yeah.
so to speak. I still see like Redskin merch at yard sales and garage sales, and I know people who are
Yeah.
like, we got to buy it all up before it goes away.
Yeah, that's a good way to spend your money. Well, everyone, I'll be back tomorrow for the solo show, Testy Cast,
Lone Ranger
Testrocast.
show.
Yeah, so and we'll be an hour early, so 1 Eastern. So we'll see you at noon Central tomorrow. Go say hi to Viva and ask him which his favorite sports team is. I'm sure he'll have an interesting answer. He's a Canuck and he's living in Florida, so he's got a lot of choices there. And we'll see you guys
flood
all.
his chat. We must
Yeah.
get this information.
Yeah, we must know, and his hair care routine. And we'll see you guys all